looking for a way to make your close ones, a random stranger, or your friend happy, that's exactly what we're gonna talk about in this video. So my first tip is to smile. Well, it might sound pretty obvious, but when you look at the people around you in public transport, you realize that these people all have poker faces. A simple smile can make you not only easily memorable for the people, but also make somebody's day better. When I have a bummer day and a random stranger or someone smiles at me, it works like sort of a reminder that you can see different situations with different eyes. And it also makes me smile too, and therefore I start thinking about that person smiling at me, and then my day eventually becomes happier. So my second tip is telling jokes. Now, I know that some people, including me, have this very specific type of humor that only makes everybody go quiet. I'm talking about that childish, super awkward, weird type of humor. And you obviously don't want to share that humor with other people, unless you want them to think of you as an alien from Mars trying to catch signal on Earth. What? But think of it differently. Let's say that the person in front of you thinks they're the worst person with their own huge insecurities. Well, and then there's you. Telling a joke. A childish, stupid joke. At the most inappropriate moment. They start thinking about the absolutely worst joke they've ever heard. Therefore, they stop thinking about their own insecurities and problems, and that means you've made their day. However, I'm not sure if I would recommend this method if it's not someone who you're not gonna see ever again in your life. So the next tip is more about what to avoid if you want to make someone happy. Because what I see nowadays is that it is quite popular to give flowers to each other for some reason. And don't get me wrong, it is indeed a nice gesture, it can be quite romantic, and I don't think it's bad overall. It's just that you should know the person very well if you're giving someone flowers or any gift. I'm not talking about the color of the flowers or type of flowers, I'm talking about receiving flowers. Yeah, some people, or maybe it's just me, hate receiving flowers. It feels like you've murdered something, then you gave it to me, and now I'm supposed to celebrate that. A little disclaimer, I'm not environmentally activistic or anything, it's just that I feel terrible for the plants. And of course, some plants need to get trimmed after time, and some of them die and stuff. So you're basically using it for the good, yada yada. But killing, let's say, young tulips, is like killing a child. Well, that was a bit extremistic, but I don't really like the argument that the plants would die otherwise one day, because we're all gonna die one day. But you know, plants like tulips, for example, they don't need to get trimmed. So why do we even do that? I would rather receive a plant in a pot, because I would kill it much slower than in 3 days. So what I want to say by that is that, of course, I wouldn't yell at the person for giving me flowers, that would be super dumb. And hopefully nobody else would. But you should do some research before giving meaningful gifts. The last thing I recommend are compliments. Seriously, I realize that I often say to myself how pretty people look, but I never actually tell them. And it doesn't have to be somebody you know, it can be a complete stranger. You can use this method to make someone's day glow, but also work on your communication skills, which is great. So the next time you approach someone with nice clothes, nice face, or nice hair, just don't be shy and tell them. Alright guys, so these were the 4 tips on how to make somebody happy. I hope you enjoyed them, I'll see you next week, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye!